Hello everyone. This video is going to be about the book East of Eden, the novel by John Steinbeck. This copy that I have here is published by Penguin. It is 714 pages long and it took me 8 days to finish reading it. And that says much more about the book than about me as a reader, because I tend to be a slow reader and I have a tendency of jumping from book to book and leave books unfinished. But with this book, it was more difficult to set it aside and not continue, because the story is so captivating, it is so engaging. The characters are developed and described with such depth and such intensity that reading the book is not really, after the first few chapters, it's not a challenge anymore. There's so much we can talk about with regard to this book, but I thought I will pick one thing and focus on this one central theme that is very salient in my own mind. Maybe some tangents will come out of that, but the thing that I want to focus on is the difference between personality and biography, or a type of person and the kind of story that this person is going to be a part of. When we are talking about personality, we are talking about a type, a recognizable, understandable pattern of behaving, thinking, feeling, paying attention, what kinds of things a person is sensitive to, what kinds of things they are relatively insensitive to. So that's personality. But understanding a personality, although might give us the ability to predict what a person might do in a given situation, it does not enable us to predict their actual life events and what kind of biography they are going to have, what kind of life they are going to lead. Because the entirety of a person's life, although it is partly influenced by their personality, it is also influenced by so many other things. It is influenced by the kinds of people they are going to meet in their lives, the relationships they are going to have. If there are people who are going to come in with a very strong personality and going to use their weaknesses and take advantage of them and intensify those weaknesses and feelings, all these things might happen. And understanding a personality is just giving us understanding certain potentials, things that might happen, but not how things actually unfold. So paying attention to biography, actual life history of a person, and distinguishing that from personality opens our eyes, first of all, towards highly unlikely events that completely change a person's life, the so-called black swan events in an individual life. On the other hand, it helps us see how a person's life history is interconnected with the story of other people. And in fact, I think Steinbeck shows in this book very well how the unit for the story is family. It cannot be one single person. And if there are types of stories, just like how there are types of personalities, those story types require more than one character type or one personality type. The story of Cain and Abel, for example, requires at least 3 characters, requires 2 children, and requires from both children the tendency of wanting, desiring the love and approval, the blessing of the parent or a parental figure. And it requires a 3rd character of a parent who differentially gives approval, love, and blessing to these 2 kids. And by not receiving love and approval, one of the children becomes burdened with the mark of Cain. And so we can have this type of story repeating itself across generations. A closely related theme explored very well in this book is about the effect of love in a person's life. When a person receives love, in a way that love frees the person, makes the person free and liberated, such that now the person who is loved, who is beloved, can freely engage with the world and see the world, truly see the world as the world is, as opposed to being burdened by prejudice and worry and insecurity. Recognizing this relationship between love and freedom, love and the creation of a moral agent, takes us back to recognizing that this unit of the story is something like the family, that the family is the irreducible unit of the story. The family is a thing that takes roots and settles in a place and creates life and creates moral agents. All right, I think that's a good place to stop now. Depending on the kind of feedback I get, I might continue discussing this book, but for now we can stop. Thank you for watching my videos. If you'd like to support what I do, you can visit my Patreon page. A few people have already joined as my patrons. And to show my gratitude, I have started making exclusive content for my supporters. The first of this includes a series about my own education and my journey in academia. You can access those videos with the minimum level of support. There's also a reading group you can join at the next level, And then the next two levels are essentially private study with me if you decide to do that. Anyways, hope you enjoy the content, and I will talk with you soon.